Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Adani K here again with two new rose fragrances for you. These fragrances are sure to make you smell every bit of irresistible, sexy, seductive, because trust me, even myself, I am not a rose girl at all. At all, at all, at all. My first rose fragrance that I was introduced to was Delilah, which is supposed to be a dupe for Delina. Um, and a lot of creators are singing the phrase. They're singing the praises for that fragrance, but me, I just could never get into it. I was just not that girl, and that's okay. But as time went along, I was able to. Well, first, let me mention I blind bought that fragrance, so it was a hit or miss. It was a 50-50 chance that I like it. So I later came across Clubbed in NUIT Imperiale. I had a friend in town who had purchased the fragrance, and when I smelled it, I fell in love. And I said, wow, this is breathtaking. I have to purchase it. And one thing I know about a rose fragrance is it will last all through the day. So that's the only reason I'm like, okay, let me take a chance. Let me do this. I really love the smell. And I know it's going to last because rose has like this way of sticking to my skin. It's so crazy. So first we're gonna start with her. Here she is. And she's such a beautiful fragrance. The main accords are rose, floral, musky, powdery, vanilla, fresh, woody, fruity, fresh, spicy, and amber. I would say I definitely smell the rose. I definitely smell the floral. Not so much on the amber, but I'm not mad because I love me some amber. I am an amber girly. Um, it's definitely powdery, vanillic. It's fresh, for sure. This and the fragrance that I will be talking about later in the video both came out in 2022. So I guess that was the year for the rose fragrances, honey, because they did that. The top notes are lychee, which I love. One of my favorite fruits. One of my favorite martinis. So if you ever want to buy me a drink, make it that. Okay, honey? Bergamot and nutmeg are also in the top notes. In the middle notes, we have Turkish rose, vanilla, musk, and peony. In the base, we have vanilla, incense, cashmere, and cedar. It all smells really, really good, or sounds really, really good. Let me just leave that there. Let it do its thing. Wow. It blows my breath away every time I smell it, and I get so many compliments on it. This one is really a compliment getter because it's subtle, but it's still a banger. You're still gonna smell it. It's definitely powdery in the opening. It's definitely fresh. It's giving me like linen with rose water, like soaked in rose water and left to dry out on a line outside. It's beautiful, it's airy, it's fresh. You do kind of get that spicy, a little tinge. So I guess I do smell that. I smell that nutmeg. And that's probably what won me over. The rose coupled with the nutmeg, which is a very familiar fragrance to me, struck me as something that I definitely like. Now, let's see. I say that this is definitely a feminine fragrance. The rose is pretty strong and it really has like a sweet, girly, just to it. This is not giving me unisex in any way. On dry down, I'm gonna give it another few minutes to really, set in before I tell you what I smell on dry down. But this age range, I say this is a mature scent. I think all rose fragrances, no matter what you do to it, is giving mature. It's giving I'm a boss bitch out here doing my thing, and I am commanding that respect. And so this is why I wear this fragrance to the office, anywhere where I mean business, and I want that respect, and I like a compliment or two. I'm gonna wear this fragrance. This is definitely it. I'm wearing it with anything I'd wear to work. I like this with a nice button down, black pants, pinstripes, a nice dress, work appropriate, of course. Yeah, nice, something nice, flowy, cute, or very structured, straight to the point, pleated, however you want to give it to them. This fragrance is doing it, babes. I wear this year round because it's light, yes, but that rose is that anchor. It's gonna hold this fragrance down. So I'd say this is a year round fragrance. Definitely strong enough to hold its own in the wintertime and also in the summer without being overly cloying. I bought this fragrance on Amazon. I believe it was under $30. If it was more, it wasn't more than 40. I know for a fact this fragrance wasn't more than $40. And it gets her in a heartbeat. I know there's other places where I can buy these fragrances for probably less money, but I want my fragrance in 3 days. And right now, Amazon is giving that to me. Longevity. I just bought this fragrance about a month or two ago, and I don't know if it lasts throughout the day, but after about 5 hours, I am reapplying this. And that's really all I have to say about her right now. Get your hands on her if you are entering into your chapter of rose fragrances. Maybe 25 to 45. You're really looking for something rosy, but you're looking for something sweet and spicy. This is that fragrance. This is that girl. Next, I don't bring you many designer fragrances because I'm not really a designer girl. Like Middle Eastern fragrances all the way. But it's something about this one right here. I went into Macy's and I smelled this fragrance. Don't go to Macy's, girls. Like, I love going to stores like Macy's because I like to smell before I buy. But I do take a chance buying a lot of these Middle Eastern fragrances. And sometimes I'm disappointed. So if I have to spend the $150, the $200s, I ain't spending $3, but if I have to spend some coin to get a fragrance that I really like, that's what I'm going to do. So without further ado, I'm bringing you Irresistible Soft, is it Velvet Rose? I think it's Velvet Rose by Givenchy. This is also a beautiful rosewater fragrance. I don't believe there's any spicy notes in this one. It's just super girly, uber girly. It smells like the lipstick counter at Macy's. It's in the best way possible. Best way possible. This is definitely giving me that vroom, that, I want to talk with my pinky sticking out. I want to run through a field of roses wearing something super girly. I just want to do girly things. I want to get my nails done. All of the things is what comes to mind when I think, when I smell this fragrance. I just want to be a girl's girl. Now, Givenchy Rose Velvet's main accords are rose, woody, fruity, iris, which you know I love. Floral, earthy, powdery, patchouli, violet, and soft spicy. Definitely heavy on the soft. Not even heavy on the soft spicy. It's just soft. And I love that. Whew. I don't really get the woods, but it's fruity and it's nice. The top note is black currant, which I think is, it seems to be the leading thing in a lot of the high-end fragrances, of designer fragrances. Black currant always seems to be the top note. But when I bought this Middle Eastern fragrance with the top note of black currant, and it only had a couple other notes, it was so horrible. I thought I would never like it again. But that's why I'm telling you, sometimes it pays to just go in person and smell that perfume. Because this, when I took a look at the notes, I was surprised. The middle notes are rose water, rose, and iris. And you know, I love my dark flowers a lot. Patchouli and woodsy notes are in the base. Upon first smelling this fragrance, I would say all the things. Like, it's definitely, compared to the Imperiale, Club de NUIT Imperiale, it's just not as spicy. It's more powdery. It's powdery. It's floral. It's like a lipstick counter, y'all. It kind of smells like a granny in the best way. But if you're on your way to maturity, you ain't supposed to have a problem with that no ways. But I can definitely see how somebody may say that this kind of smells kind of granny-ish. But needless to say, I'm telling y'all, like, I am not a rose perfume girl, but this fragrance right here really caught my attention. Something really struck me and said, I have to have this. I have to. It's definitely uber feminine, uber feminine. I don't see this being unisex in any way. For Christ's sakes, the bottle is pink. Everything here is pink. There's a ribbon around it that is pink. It's super feminine. This one, I'd say the dry down is still giving powder. I would say the iris is starting to really peek through, and I like that. The dark florals really give it, that is the anchor for this one, more than it being the rose really grounding the fragrance. I would say the iris and the patchouli ground this fragrance. What I hate about it though is that after not long, it becomes a skin fragrance. And to be paying $150 for a bottle this small that you can't even really overspray like that, girl, you better be mixing it with something. That's where Club de NUIT Imperiale comes in. Mixing these two together, layering them, is going to give you just a world of roses, the powdery, spicy goodness. It's just the best of both worlds. But it doesn't last long at all. I would wear this with something very, very girly. Anything I would wear with Club de NUIT Imperiale, I would wear with this. I would still wear it to work, but I would also wear this one out to play. Like going to a brunch, maybe tea time, something during the day. This would be good for. I bought this for $132 at Macy's. I don't recommend buying it. I bought it this is actually a gift. Shout out to my cousin. Thank you. I love you so much. This is definitely a gift, but I recommend purchasing this fragrance on Fragrantica. And when I do get my second bottle, I will be going to Fragrantica, because it costs less than $100 on Fragrantica for the same bottle. The same bottle. So that's all I have for you guys today, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have any more rose fragrances that you'd like to share, please leave them in the comment box below. If you have any new fragrances in general that you want me to check out or review, please don't be afraid to mention that in the comment section. And please be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. And I'll see you in the next one.